I'm Reece at your leisure in North Platte, Nebraska, and you hear that? Boy, that's hundreds, maybe thousands of sandhill cranes in what is one of America's great wildlife spectacles. It's a continuous rolling, rattling, gargling bugle call as the sedge of sandhill cranes feed in the stubble fields along the Platte River of central Nebraska.
It's beyond words, I think. You have to be here to actually experience the noise what the sandhill cranes make.
Between late February and mid-April, nearly 500,000 sandhill cranes will congregate along a narrow 100-mile stretch of river between North Platte and Grand Island, Nebraska. This tight funnel is the last remaining usable rest stop along the Platte River on their arduous journey from breeding grounds in Mexico, southern New Mexico, and Texas to their summer home in the Canadian Arctic, Alaska, even across the Bering Strait into Siberia. It's comparable to the wildebeest migration we witnessed 2 years ago in Africa, or maybe even the bigger version of the concentration of snow geese near Delta in western Utah. This place is a photographer's paradise. How long's your lens?
It's a 250.
You getting right in on them?
Wish I had a lot longer lens.
But even with an average power zoom, the photos are spectacular. Sandhill cranes are big, up to 4 feet tall, 6-foot wingspan, with a distinctive red spot on their forehead. Sandhills feed in the fields often close to roads, and the car makes for a perfect blind.
This is an unbelievable experience. I've never seen so many of these birds, and the sound is unbelievable too.
A farmer and his dog let us use his silos as a blind to get even closer. More than 80% of the world's sandhill crane population converge on this critical sliver of habitat in America's Central Flyway. They rest and refuel on waste grain crops, mostly stubble corn, which accounts for 90% of their diet. Cranes are omnivorous and will also eat bugs, rodents, and mice, but it's the corn that fattens them up. Here they will gain nearly 10% of their body fat necessary for the thousands of miles they will journey north. Often the birds will engage in their unique courting dance, even though the mating season is past. Surprisingly, we share this site with just one other car.
We have a pair of nesting sandhills on our property up in Minnesota, and coming down here has always been on our bucket list to make the trip down here to see the migration, and it's unbelievable. It's just a sight to see so many birds like this. It's just spectacular.
At sunset, the birds leave the fields. After dark, they become vulnerable to predators, so it's time to seek a safer spot for the night. Pinned against the blazing western sky, the picture becomes even more spectacular. In seemingly endless waves, the flocks head for the security of the Platte River. Twilight is the best time to view the birds. And this is the next best. Sunrise. The birds spend the night on the sandbars and in the shallows of the Platte. As morning dawns, they leave in groups small and large and head back to the fields to stock up. The fossil record says sandhill cranes have been doing this, or their prehistoric ancestors have been doing this here for 10,000 years, since the last ice age pulled back, carving out the meandering Platte River Valley. The river corridor has long served as a major conduit, not just for birds, but for the pioneers on the Oregon and Mormon trails, and the railroad, and Interstate 80.
I love being here. I'm really surprised at how beautiful it is. Not only the cranes, which are wonderful, but the country itself at twilight is just a treat to see.
Reece at your leisure on the Platte River in Nebraska.
Hey guys, if you like that video, you're going to want to watch all of our other AYL videos. You're going to want to like it, you're going to want to share it, and you're going to want to subscribe, right? See all the buttons right here? This is what you're going to want to do, right? Click on them, because we have some really cool videos, all kinds of behind the scenes stuff, bloopers of Alicia crashing and stuff.
Why are you going to sell me out like that, Steven?
So you want to click all of these things and subscribe to our channel, because At Your Leisure is awesome, and we'll see you here for more videos.